about you. But yeah,
Good.
I mean, TLO, he's had the repetitive stress injury a little bit lately. It's, put him a little off his game. So desRow got a chance to strike here, but TLO's looking good in the first game.
Yeah.
We'll see, man.
From what I saw of it, he it's pretty standard play. He did a lot of dropping and just spread desRow really thin, and desRow just quite simply wasn't able to handle it. Wasn't able to get his third up, and he typed out GG when TLO had a bunch of Marauders in his natural expansion, and his Nexus was about to go down. So
That's a
this
recap
game,
of game one for you guys.
yeah, that's a short TLDR, whatever you want to call it. But hopefully this game, it can get a little bit later. But yeah, TLO's looking pretty good, Wombat.
Yeah, and desRow being manner, that's always nice to see. He can get a little ragey, but he's taking this in good spirits, man. I always like to see. I like desRow when he's in a good mood. He is a great guy when he's in a good mood. When he gets in a bad mood, it's a little feisty though. Oh,
Oh, is that me? It says is
it's
that me?
me. It says waiting for server on my end. What the hell, man?
Wombat.
Oh, that's crazy. Wait, are you getting waiting for server too?
No, it was just you.
Okay, I have no idea what that was all about. Alright, I'm making sure everything's
Yeah.
closed. Let me get everything closed. Alright. Sorry, if that happens again, I'll have to be the one to leave, huh?
What the? What? Then we can't see the game. Then they can't. Then they can't see the game.
Oh, man.
I'd have to
I know.
I'd have to audio.
It's
I'd have
okay.
to audio cap.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's
Alright,
okay.
I think we're
It's
good.
okay.
It was a weird... I don't think my computer was ready for the hotness that I was bringing to town. So it's
No, they
cool.
weren't.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I've got all unnecessary programs closed. Oh, except Steam.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Get out of here,
Find
Steam.
some.
There we
Find
go.
some Battlefield 3.
I did have that up on my second monitor. I've closed it now. My attention is fully on the game. Anyway, we should do some intros real quick. Left side of the map,
Probably.
the French-Canadian Protoss. You guys have probably seen him around, formerly of Rage Gaming for a little while there. Who was he on before the VT?
Yes, I know he was on VT.
Formerly VT. The score right now is 1-0 TLO. Oh, I get that overlay up. It's 1-0 to TLO right now. We missed the first game there. I'll get working on getting that overlay up real quick, and I'll throw it on the Axle cam, and you can introduce TLO real quick.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the right side of the map, we have the purple Terran player TLO representing TeamLiquid, and this is a best-of-5 show match. TLO is already up 1-0, so taking an early lead in this series. Of course, what's at stake, you're probably asking pride and $50. So I'll have to see what happens here. TLO going Supply Depot Command Center. A little unusual, but desRow at the same time going Pylon, Gateway, Gas, Nexus. So both these players are going to be taking relatively fast expansions, barring a cancellation and some sort of crazy metagame, rush attack. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't expect these players to cancel their expansions. It's a show match. It's for fun. It's for the fans. They want to play a long game. They want to have good games. And, hopefully this ends up being one. I think it will, Wombat.
You know what, man? I think so too. I got a lot of faith in these guys for showing the fans what they love. desRow, regardless of how his... he can be a pretty BM guy, and I feel bad bringing that up over and over again, but he can be a pretty BM guy when he's in a bad mood. He loves the fans, man, as much as a lot of people do. You know, like guys like TLO. TLO's known for loving the fans. Guys like White Raw. Well, nobody can love the fans as much as White Raw, but certainly desRow tries.
That's a valid point. And like desRow, he's the one who put all this together, made it all happen. So definitely a great guy in that respect. And looking forward to seeing how he's gonna play this out. Has a warp gate on the way. Chrono boosting out a stalker. I think last game I didn't catch all of it. I want to say it was a similar kind of opening from him, like a relatively fast expand. And again, not too surprising to see. Considering, again, it is a show match. It is for the fans. And, look at this. TLO going to be landing the command center outside at his natural. And we'll have to see what happens here. I mean, on this map, a lot of Protoss players don't really like it because you can't really engage the Terran because they have this little pocket, like 3 bases. There's no real true great engagement location. So we'll have to see what desRow ends up doing. I would guess he's been preparing a lot for this. But, again, we'll have to see, Wombat.
Yeah, like you say, well, I believe he's got like a show match series going on, right? But
Oh, does he? Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, so I believe I saw a desRow Showmatch a couple weeks ago. That, or I had a really weird dream, and there was a French Canadian in it, and I just got really confused. But yeah, I mean, desRow, he practices a lot. The guy puts in a lot of time. TLO, same story over there. And like I said, man,
Yes.
like the big thing on my mind right now is that repetitive stress injury for TLO. You know, best of 5, man. That's a long time. Hopefully his wrist is in good shape. Well, I've been thinking that pretty much the entire time. Because I love me some TLO. I always want his wrist to be in good shape so he can show us the best stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
and by
sorry.
the best stuff, of course, you mean StarCraft 2.
There we go.
What
Switch the
happened?
overlay. I had it on Terran instead of. I forgot to change desRow's race.
Wombat, desRow is a Protoss. You know this.
I just forgot to click the buttons. Anyway, Observer coming out
Okay.
for desRow, so he can go get himself some delicious information. Got 3 extra gates coming down. No, just standard, just 5-gate robo. That's nice, man. They're showing some long game stuff. Now you're lagging. It was only for a hot second, though.
I'll eat.
You'll eat what?
Okay, well, not during a major altercation, which is good. But if it does happen again,
Yeah,
I may
we're
have
trying to
to,
be wary here. I think our computers they weren't warmed up, man. We hopped straight into it. They're like, "What? Why are you doing this to us?"
I know, man. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm on my laptop, so it kind
Yeah,
of sucks,
'cause
but
you
you
killed it
know,
with
it
the
is
phone.
what it is.
Guys, Axel Toss, my buddy here. I may have linked a hilarious Halloween-related porn, and he looked at it and got a virus because he can't even look at porn without getting a virus, and because he loves the porn, and that's what
bad.
happened. What?
I trusted you, man. I see a link from my buddy Wombat on Twitter. You know, I want to click on it.
Yeah, no, I
I
can
don't know
dig
what
that.
it is.
And I said, hey man, the XX Exorcist, and it was awesome. I mean, it was a really good flick. Twilight Council coming
You know-
down from desRow. And a forge.
Very cryptic way of sharing things. I'm not sure I approve.
You should
but-
approve. Just really heavy
I
marine.
honestly,
I know
like
it's,
straight up, I don't think that's the reason.
Is it going straight mass marine right now? Is that what's going on from TLO?
Yeah, that's a lot of Marines.
Mass-
Medevacs as well.
Yeah, mass marine
I think
versus chargelets and immortals. That's not gonna end well for TLO. But hey, man, maybe he's got the micro and the drippy droppies. He can put stuff wherever he needs to put it and get some serious work done here. Maybe he's gonna hit with a pretty nice timing there. Charge isn't gonna be done, but obviously with that observer sitting up top there, desRow gonna know absolutely everything that's coming flying across. Engineering bay on the way down. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, desRow sees this coming, and I'm a little worried. He has 4 sentries
Yeah, plenty
here,
of energy.
and you know that's great for force fields, but not a huge fighting army. Some stalkers on the high ground. Has to be really careful. His force fields have to be perfect here. Maybe try to get a marine donut. And stimming forward is TLO to the national expansion of desRow. He has to back up. Be very careful, Wombat. Oh, force fields go down, and it looks like hard to tell right now.
Yeah, the maneuvering for TLO really made up for desRow had good positioning there, but TLO with that stim maneuvering got himself out of a sticky spot really quickly there. Got a little bit of damage done. Now he's in a bit more open space, so TLO is going to feel like he can be aggressive. Charge is done, however, so those zealots are going to get up there as quick as they need to. But sadly, there aren't a lot of them out, and the Marines with that huge medevac count up top are just so very sturdy. Bringing some probes off the line, now trying to focus down the medevacs. Does get through the first one. Second one, not quite going to go down. No, he does get it.
Got him.
And got the Marines as well. So TLO down to 71 supply. desRow does take a bit of a hit there. And the one thing about Mass Marine, if TLO wants to, even Marine Marauder, as he's starting to go now, finally starting to get some Marauders into the mix, he can re-up really quickly. As long as he's got the the barracks count where it needs to be.
Yeah, that's very true, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here. And desRow immediately going to be taking a third. It's a decent idea, but again, you can get really spread out on this map because your first is so far away from your third. Easy for TLO to drop the third at the same time as the back of the first, so desRow has to be aware of that. That's why he has some stalkers in his main base to watch out for that, and most of his army at the front of his natural expansion. TLO putting down a command center as well, about 20% of the way through, probably going to float that over to the bottom right-hand location, unless he decides that he wants to take the gold first, but just taking down the rocks, leading toward that natural third, so probably going to be taking that. That's pretty safe to assume. But desRow is ahead 112 to 96 supply. TLO making lots of Marines and Marauders out of those barracks. Has some upgrades out of those engineering bays coming out. We have +2 weapons out of one and +1 armor out of the other. So interesting game. We also have Mobius Reactor coming out of the Ghost Academy, and EMPs can just tear apart a Protoss army like that.
Absolutely. And desRow coming a little late. I mean, he went Twilight Council first and then got Charge out front. So I'm not really sure if he was thinking of maybe going Charge with Archon, and then he saw Mass Marine, and now he's getting the Robotics Bay, but that Robotics Bay is a little bit late there. So, you know, he's going to be a little bit late to the party on starting to get the Colossus count up, so there'll be Ghosts out, and then, you know, he's not going to need, TLO's not going to need to ramp up on Viking production all that quickly, and he's already got a reactor at Starport, so, you know, he'll be in pretty good shape right there. I do like that the Zealot count's getting pretty high. Chargelets are one of my favorite things, and there's a nuke. They are definitely thinking about the fans in this game.
Awesome. Nuke on the way. TLO stimming up to the high ground, going to be backing up extremely fast. There are force fields available for the use by desRow, but TLO going to get out of there, throwing down a scan, trying to get rid of any observers. The observer ends up getting away. And I don't know, TLO not doing a lot of damage here, stimming his Marines and Marauders quite a bit, which of course, you know, depletes their health, which is something you never want to have happen. But the medevacs do have their work cut out for him, and desRow protecting this third, and that's obviously a really good thing for him. Has some Colossi on the way, as well as ground armor level 3 and ground weapons level 1, so really favoring those armor upgrades at this point in the game. And TLO, yes, nuke number 1 finished, and nuke number 2 is on the way.
Gotta love it. And one of the interesting things for me is that TLO, he opted to go ahead and take the third up top with an orbital rather than get a planetary at the gold base, which is just sort of interesting to me. You know, like, it's so easy to hold on to that gold base, but there's only 6 patches. Maybe wanted a little bit longer economy there rather than the quick boost that he'd get. He was just going to slow build, maybe. Maybe he just didn't feel quite safe enough where he was, because he did give up a lot of Marines early on. Didn't want to try risking that gold base.
And it looks like TLO moving with a huge drop to the lower left side of the map. There are 2 ghosts in those medevacs as well, so look out for the nuke to happen with this army. He may do it in the direction of the ramp where the army of desRow is coming. There's the 2 nukes going down from a TLO, but will desRow be able to kill this off before the nukes actually go down? Keep in mind the ghosts are cloaked. I don't know if there's an observer in this army. Down. The ghosts are still alive. The nuke's going to go down, but there's no army there to reveal it. And yes, the nukes go down, but don't hit much. I think they did about 50 health to that forge. But that's about it.
Yeah, a couple of pylons going down, but they weren't powering anything, so not the most cost-effective nukes. But hey, man, there's more on the way, because if there's one thing about nukes, there's always more where that first one came from, and that's what I like to see, man. Don't give up on the nuke. Love the nuke, and the nuke will love you back.
There's a hero SCV in the top left going to work on some probes there. He is up to, actually he's at 0 kills. The Marine is stealing all the kills, has 3, and the SCV is having trouble nicking on the +2 armor of these probes. It's quite interesting indeed, but I don't know, man. A pretty even game right now. desRow up 147 to 144 supply. Colossi still on the way, continuing with those upgrades, and 2 more nukes on the way for TLO. I don't know, man. It's pretty even. I would say desRow has a little bit of an edge here.
Yeah, he's actually, his economy is looking really nice as far as the money he's got sort of sitting around, and he's not really rushing to warp stuff in. Might be a little low on gateways, but in general he's looking pretty good. He's keeping those upgrades coming. He's got the Colossi on the way, and we've got a nuke. It's going somewhere. There we go. Gets it out of there immediately.
3 nukes.
3 nukes. He's gonna take out. He's going to take out some pylons with this.
Yeah, he is. Yep, there goes 1 pylon. Ooh, actually taking out the 4th Twilight Council. Almost getting the Twilight Council, so that was probably worth it. Wombat, some stalkers going into the main, going to clean up these ghosts with the observer overhead. But I'm sure TLO was happy with the amount of damage those nukes actually did.
He would probably, I mean, the only other thing that's in Dream World, you'd want to get that cybernetics core. He didn't quite get it. But just a tiny little drop will clean that up. There's no health, 70 health left on that cybernetics core. It doesn't look like TLO's too concerned about it, but man, those you kind of forget, man, that those things, they do 500 damage versus buildings, I think it is, unless they nerf the nuke at some point, and I'm just using my super